Yo, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to be doing Rise of the Shield Hero episode 3 review. So, I quite like this episode. I was quite surprised by the sudden change in our heroine, shall we say. Like, she took a drastic change, to be honest. But I guess it's a good thing in a sense. She matured in a way. Yeah, basically, I remember last episode, she was like a kid. Like she wet a bed and shit, and now like she looks older and looks more confident and stuff. And there's also she's also developed a few different character traits and development as a character, because now she seems to be quite comfortable with Nafumi, and in a sense, because in the beginning she was like a obedient slave master, quite timid, shy, would not speak back against the master. And now she's quite rebellious in a sense, like disobeying the master's orders. Not like seriously, but in a sense, she's not as easily as controlled as she was before. It's pretty much getting harder to control as well. And then I remember when we look at the stats, Raptilla is now actually higher in level than Nafumi. So this reminds me of the, if you ever watched Pokemon, the Charizard situation, where you don't have enough badges to train me kind of thing. That's the kind of situation I'm getting from this. But obviously the respect is still there, but not as much. A scene we can see is when they go to eat, and then Nafumi orders her kid meal. She's like, no, I want a meal as well. I want a grown-up meal as well. So we see a bit of change in that. But apart from that, we also get a little comedy sketch about lolicons as well. How I guess this is the author kind of making fun out of lolicons and stuff, in a sense. And then we also see how Naofumi is like making fun out of lolicons in the city, and just calls them weird and stuff. And then it turns out maybe the blacksmith might be a lolicon. You never know. But it's kind of weird though, because it's weird for these lolicons to even exist, like, in a sense, because I thought the demi-humans were meant to be looked down upon by the majority of the population. So it doesn't really make sense for them to be a fan of her as well, so, and be nice to her. So I don't know, it's a bit confusing, but nevertheless, that's how it is. So we find out this was the first time I saw Nafumi take damage, to be honest. And actually, I lied. I saw him take damage last episode. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Ignore me. But he really got done by a porcupine. Jeez. How was he meant to survive the horde if he's getting done by a porcupine? Well, yeah. Nevertheless, we see the two have undergone quite a few growths in the little time skip or time frame that was one episode. But I guess a little time skip has happened. So now the wave. This is like the first wave has appeared, so everyone gets summoned again to the Kingdom's Palace, and we meet the other three heroes again, with obviously the spear dude. This time he's clearly portrayed as a douchebag in a sense, and he's a bit of a Casanova type as well, as we see him like try to flirt with what's it called, Raftilia, and then we see the thing is, we can tell Nafumi doesn't like it because of the way he was treated, and also like the girl as well, the thief girl, the accuser, let's call her. She's there as well, and obviously Nafumi feels a bit uncomfortable. Like actually, the whole experience was quite uncomfortable meeting all the other four. I managed to feel quite an awkward vibe between everyone. It was like, oh, it's this scumbag, but we have to work with him because he's also a hero kind of thing. That's the kind of vibe I was getting from everyone, except the red guy. I feel like he was more of a douche than anything. And then we see him try to seduce Raptili as well. And then the talk about the thingy rumors as well. That's when Nafumi gets a bit triggered, I guess. He loses his cool a bit about that, and then he takes her away from him, I guess. He doesn't want Raptili to find out about the rumors, because I have a feeling that Nafumi thinks that if he tells her, or if she finds out, she's gonna leave him, just like with everyone. So he's having a bit of trust issues with that. That's just my opinion, and that's just my theory that Nafumi's feeling right now. That's what I'm implying, to be honest. But I feel quite sad for him because he feels quite lonely. And like I think he was contemplating telling her. That's why he just took her away before she found out. But yeah, on the day of the thingy, so and then comes the waves, right? So the waves come, like the hordes of waves of enemies come. I feel like Nafumi, he did like what the naive hero would do and stuff, which would be to save people. So in a sense, he sees like the village is in danger, so he's like the first one on his feet there, which is very heroic of him. And then it makes him more heroic than everyone else, who doesn't really seem to care about the people of the world, because they're not. This is not their world, so they don't really care as much to other heroes. Whereas they care more about themselves and slaying monsters and pride and stuff like that. So I quite like how Nafumi went to go save the village, despite his lack of offensive power, which is quite frustrating. Just watching him just defend. He must have some like offensive capabilities. Like, is his attack damage 0 or something? Like, it's so low. Well, we see that Raptilia is doing quite well, actually. She takes care of those hordes quite easily. Well, not easily, but like she can tangle with even the big monster we see later on. And then I quite like Nafumi's thought process during the whole saving them. He's like, why am I even saving these people? Like, they're not even nice to me. You know, I would be like that as well. But you know, if I was him, I would probably wouldn't save them. But I'll just be like, why am I even saving these people? So I quite like how he doubts himself as well. That was pretty cool. A bit of self-reflection. But he goes out his way to save these people. So I'm actually glad that these people, like, actually are quite grateful to Nafumi for saving him. Well, of course you should be grateful, because he saved your life, but yeah. So we get the knights coming in, and we can see that these guys don't respect the shield hero either, because they just open fire on everyone, and then the shield hero dodges, and then they're like sarcastically saying, "Oh, you were here as well, shield hero." Well, they obviously knew he was there because of where he was. But then, like, these knights are quite snobby and selfish as well, because they want to go and help the other heroes as well. But we see this one character, he looks more like a sergeant than a captain of the knights, and then he kind of rebels against his commanding officer, let's call him, and stays and helps. I feel like from the way the story's progressing, he might join Nafumi's squad. Like the guy with the scar, you know, he seemed like he'd join his squad. That's just my premonition anyway. But with the help of the knights, they managed to defend the horde quite well, to be honest. And a lot of them are saved. And then in the meantime, the other 3 heroes slay the first boss wave, which is like a Cerberus creature with like what is it called? There's a word for it. I forgot. It's like the head of a lion, snake, and stuff like that. They slay the creature. Could they slay him quite with ease, to be honest, the 3 of them? And then they just like BMing at the end, like, oh, easy. Can't believe that. The first one is always easy, stuff like that. Oh, I didn't need anyone. So yeah, that was like interesting. So obviously this is only the first wave, and usually the first waves tend to be a walk in the park. We can only imagine how much worse it's gonna get from here on out, like the next few waves. And then they're gonna need Nafumi's shield in the end. That's what I feel like, because they can't just stick to offense. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. But I'm really satisfied with the outcome of Nafumi's decision, with all the villagers actually appreciating him now because he saved them and stuff. That was pretty nice. And I like it at the end when they actually show gratitude. But I guess because Nafumi's been traumatized with the way like no one trusts him, he finds it hard to open up. So he's just like whatever, stuff like that. Which is understandable why he did that, you know, because of the things he's been through. And yeah, so now these villagers, now Nafumi actually has people that will grateful for him being around, because the other heroes didn't save them, did they? So these people appreciate Nafumi in a sense. So that was pretty cool. And that's pretty much the end of this episode. Oh yeah, and then Rashtilly and Nafumi level up as well. That's pretty dope as well. But is Nafumi ever gonna develop any offensive capabilities? I thought in the end he would slightly improve his, what do you call it, offensive capabilities as he got stronger. Obviously, I expected him to have like a decent amount of offensive capabilities, but he still has zero. What the heck? That's crazy. But I'm quite liking this show, to be honest. It's growing on me. I just wish it was longer, to be honest. I do enjoy myself a bit of Shield Hero, so this was a very good episode.